Okay, in Flash I'm going to show you how to move the pivot point or the center point of any symbol and rotate it from that spot. So inside of Flash, I've got this clock in here and I want to have this animate and basically go around. And so first thing I'm going to do to animate this hand, I need to go ahead and highlight that hand. So let's lock up the layers I'm not using. Select that hand and I'm going to right mouse click and convert it to a symbol, and I'll just name this hand and click OK. So right now the problem that I have is I've got this nice little hand on here, but when I try and rotate it, it rotates from the center point, and I want it to rotate from one of the sides on here. So to rotate it from one of the sides, you grab that scale tool, and there's a little white dot that shows up, and that's what it's pivoting along. So if I just take that and move that to where I want it to pivot, now it will rotate along that spot instead. And I can play with rotation now. So draw the symbol, select the object, and then convert to a symbol, and then you would move that pivot point by using that transform tool. So to animate that, I'll go ahead and go out to about frame 30, insert a keyframe. If I want to do the, let's see, insert a keyframe, and down below here, I don't need to insert a keyframe, I just need to see the clock. So right mouse click and insert frame. I could also do all that with an insert timeline and insert frame or insert keyframe there too. So if you don't like that way, you can do it that way as well. So now that I have that keyframe set up, I'm just going to go ahead and in between those two dots, right mouse click and insert my motion tween. And once I've done that, I just have to click in that timeline, down here in my properties, go down to rotate and change that to clockwise, or if I wanted to I could do counterclockwise too. So now that will rotate along that axis, along that point, because I moved that pivot point. And you want to make sure before you add any keyframes you move that pivot point first, otherwise it'll do some weird stuff for you. That's pivot point.